I'm Fatima with Black Leaf News coming live at you from Myanmar in Southeast Asia, reporting on this escalating situation in Myanmar. The military's cruel treatment of the Rohingya Muslims and the questionable actions of Burmese military are drawing international attention. Oh look, a monk. Let's ask him questions about the situation. So tell us a little bit more about what the army is doing.
So the army has taken away all the rights of the Rohingya Muslims, and slowly these people have been disappearing. But the government tries to tell the people stories and cover this, but we all knew that they're being killed.
And has anyone tried protesting?
Well, the monks started protesting the army's treatment of the Rohingya Muslims, but after a few days, the army started targeting the monks. The army just started beating them in the streets and loading them into trucks, and I'm assuming they were sent to jail, but you never know.
So why are the Rohingya Muslims protesting?
By peacefully protesting, we are showing that we don't agree with the way the government is and the army is treating the people of Burma. We want a democracy so we can have our rights and live in harmony with one another.
Are the monks planning on surrendering anytime soon?
No, we will never give up. Once our suffering stops, then we'll stop protesting. But until then, we will keep protesting no matter what.
Since the monks have been kicked out of their homes, where do you guys all live?
We stay in the pagoda or the monastery for safety and so we can pray and worship.
What once was a lavish capital is now in a state of poverty, yet all the people here seem to smile. Yet not content with the way their lives have been. We came here to ask a mother who lives with her 7-year-old son a few questions about her lifestyle and the perspective on the current events.
Ryan! 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 Son! What are you doing? Ryan! Son! Don't be angry.
What upsets you the most about how the military is handling everything?
Me and my family have been suffering long enough, and I just want my son to live a life with fundamental rights that many people in the U.S. enjoy, but it has been denied to us for so long.
How do the U.S. help with these problems?
By banning the exports of gems in Burma, instead of helping their economy, which would help the government, it helps the people of Burma.
Of course, I agree with you. You told me earlier about how the Burmese authorities have violated the human rights of the people of Burma. Can you elaborate on this subject?
There are a lot of our rights that have been violated, so I'll just name the mainly abused rights. Land confiscation, arbitrary arrests, forced labor, child soldiers, torture, human trafficking, needlessly creating IDPs and refugees, rape and sexual violence, extrajudicial killings, and ethnic cleansing.
Land confiscation. Private military and government enterprises have been allowed to forcefully relocate entire towns and destroy homes, religious buildings, and lands without providing compensation. Arbitrary arrests. These new arbitrary arrests prove that the Burmese government actively monitors the activities of its civilians, because not only are many activists being arrested under old laws. They are also being arrested for offenses that were committed years ago. Forced labor. Nearly 1 in 5 children in Burma between the ages of 10 and 14 are victims of forced labor, and according to a UNICEF report, including many children who are sex trafficked. Child soldiers. Poor and uneducated children are the most likely to be recruited, and recruiters have been known to use threats and force against them. Many will never see their families again.
Torture. The Burmese government, military, and police use torture and severe beatings to interrogate, intimidate, and discriminate against rural protesters, ethnic civilians, and prisoners. Human trafficking. Displaced Kachin women and girls on the China-Burma border are extremely vulnerable to sex trafficking, as are Rohingya Muslim women who have been rendered stateless by the government. Needlessly creating IDPs and refugees. Hundreds of thousands